Hey folks, this is Arleman. Today we are going to hit up the Night Vendor for a massive amount of rolls. It's taken me about a week, but I have all of my 13 characters at 350 energy. For those of you that are not aware, the Night Vendor Patrigio can appear in each of the major cities only between the hours of 10 p.m. and 10 p.m. at night and 7 a.m. in the morning. Each of his rolls cost 50 energy and can pretty much sell you all of the best items in the game, including dandelion weapons, Kzarka weapons, boss armor, and stuff. But it's very RNG. So I'm going to start on my main here. We're going to cycle through all of my characters. Since it's 13 characters, 350 energy, it's going to be approximately, I believe, 91 rolls. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm ideally rolling for a Dandelion Greatsword since I have not had any luck with Kzarka. So let's make it happen. My +1 pet is out, so my luck level is 5. Let's see how it works. See how it goes. Alright, Blackstone armor. Crap. Alright. It's also recommended to have over 200 million if you're going to be doing this because the item levels can be greater than 300, anywhere between 50% and 300% of what market value is. As you can see here, he is. Oh look, there's a Kzarka Amulet for 113 million. We actually need that, but as right now we're looking for the Kzarka. For the Dandelion, we are not going to mess with it. All right, I can hold it, but for the purposes of this video, it's just going to have to stay. I don't want to run the risk of spending money and the item I'm looking for pop up and not be able to buy it. So as you see, 7 rolls, got 1 Kzarka weapon at a relatively respectable price, 110 million. Now you guys are going to notice that there are going to be dry spells, there's going to be hot spells. I have seen the Dandelion Greatsword before, but it was wanting a 330 million, and at the time I had 270. I just did not have enough money. So I do not recommend this for people that just want a couple of items. You have to have some money, you have to have a lot of investment in energy to make this worth your while. So, Sicli's necklace, 51 million. I could potentially buy that for a profit, but again, we're going to be single-minded in this. Blackstone armor. So we've had 2 gold items show up so far. As you can see, it loves the Blackstones. Alright, so this character is pretty much a bust. That's okay, we got a lot more. And the thing is, just like anything in BDO, is that don't get disheartened. Don't expect to go into this the first time and be like, oh, I'm going to get all my boss gear. It's taken me several weeks of consistently doing the full energy spread for me to get my boss weapons. However, my boss equipment. But however, I have picked up 3 Kzarka weapons and the entire cavalcade of boss equipment, with the exception of the Dim Tree Spirit body. Again, that one popped up on 2 occasions for, over 300 million, and I'm just not going to pay that much for a base. And here, look, we have a Muskin Shoes for 120 million. Already have one, and honestly, that price, we're going to keep going. As you can see, it's trying to tempt me, and this is a really good one. Hard Shards for 2.8 million. We're going to keep going. I know some of you guys are like, you're crazy, you can't, how could you pass that up? And that's kind of the trick with the Night Vendor, is that he wants you to spend money, but not necessarily on the items that you want. And it's very easy to run out of your money, and when the item comes up that you want, you are in serious trouble. Now, I will tell you that if I do roll a DK Dandelion Variant, I am picking that shit up, because my secondary main is a DK. I would preferably like to get the Greatsword, but sometimes beggars can't be choosers. But we'll see. So we're 3 characters down. We've seen 1 Kzarka weapon. We have seen 1 piece of gold accessory. We've also seen Muskin Shoes, which is a highly sought after item for about 120 million. So we'll see. So it looks like on average this time we're getting about one a character. We'll see. You know, and here we have, that's the Wizard Awakening, but it's not the Dandy. As you can see, we're getting a little bit luckier with these rolls. Basilisk Belt, not bad. 40 million is about 8 million less than market price. Again, save it for another time. 2.7 on a sharp, looks good. 5-pack, that's really cheap. That's about 120,000 each. Alright, I predict another dry spell of Blackstones. Generally, when you start to see a bunch of good items and then all of a sudden you start hitting Blackstones, pretty much your next character is almost always a bust. But, you know, RNG being what it is, RNG is RNG. I'm hoping to walk away from this with a Dandelion weapon. I will not settle for, I might possibly settle for a Scythe if it's under 200 million. Because I want to at least keep myself at above 330 million should the Dandelion Greatsword pop up again. So we'll see. I'm just going to keep on going. It's only 11 o'clock. Many good things can still happen, so we are going to remain positive. Now this one is the one that I predicted was going to be most of a bust. Oh, there's a piece of Purification Lancia. I already have one, don't care. Hard Black Crystal Shard. So far, it's actually not been such a bad roll. I'm starting to see a lot more rare items. I mean, there's sometimes where you just get a stretch of Blackstones and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. So, a lot of people call this guy the Night Scammer for a reason, but we still have energy points and luck on our side. So, let's see how things go. And you can't get despondent with Night Vendor. It's just kind of like fail stacks. You cannot go into it expecting something. All you can do is stack your odds. And to, you know, all I can really say is may the odds ever be in your favor, because it generally is not. Whenever you go into something in Black Desert with an expectation, the game grinds you under its heels. So I am not really expecting much, but I'm under the pre-order for a try, so we are going to utilize the resources we have. And it looks like this is going to be our dry character. As you see, it has been nothing but Blackstones at this point. Yep, total bust on this character. So this is to be expected. Game likes to do this, and I've seen this go as far as almost 3 characters. Look, Bheg's gloves go up. Now, one of the reasons why I tend to stay away from purchasing other boss armors is that, especially now, since we don't have a Blackstone, it's been a while since we've had a Blackstone event, enchanting stuff is starting to get really pricey. Blackstones, I mean, it's like knockdown, drag out fight on the marketplace for bids for Blackstones. So, in general, your return is just not going to be enough. There are other ways and better ways to get money. This is entirely for gearing yourself, and I think this might be our second dry character. Yeah, looks like it. Oh, we got a sharp. Alright, let's see. Hopefully we're going to be able to get over this hump. Now, you can say that there are many patterns with these. You know, I've noticed sometimes that it tends to front load the gear, but I have had times where it's front loaded and then I thought, oh gosh, it's going to be nothing, and then when I get to the last character, boom, something big drops. But we'll see. This is the first time I finally made a 13th all. This is the most attempts I've done in one run, so that's 91 rolls. So far we've seen a couple pieces. Well, we've seen one boss armor, one Kzarka, and one accessory. A whole bunch of blue quality stuff. So I'm going to see what we can see. Yeah. So, as you can see, we've had pretty much 3 dead characters so far. So, disappointing, but not to be unexpected. We're just going to keep chipping away at it. And if I'm able to get a dandelion, then great. If not, well, there's always next week. I actually want to try and do these videos per attempt, just to show people that there is light at the end of the tunnel, that there are other options, there are other ways to get boss gear, there are other uses for your energy. I'm sure some of the Master 2 traders out there are like screaming, no, how could you be blowing that much energy on the Night Vendor? You could be processing, you could be gathering. And here's our first really nice item. It's the Kunai, 182 million. It's a little pricey. Unfortunately, my ninja is like, I could care less. So, moving on. Oh, look at that. Our first Dandelion, it's a Dandelion Scythe, and it's 255 million. That is incredibly tempting. I gotta tell you, it is super tempting, but I gotta keep going. I have a mission, and I'm gonna stick to it. I know a lot of you guys are like, I can't believe you just rolled a dandy and walked away from it. Well, sometimes you have to set your sights higher. As I said, this guy's main purpose is to screw you over. So, you know, you only live once, as they say. We're getting kind of close to, I think we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 characters left. It's very possible that I might not spend any money, but you guys did see it. There was a dandelion weapon that showed up. It was Scythe, and it is a character I enjoy, but as I said, 255 million cuts deeply into my budget for a Greatsword. So I will not pick up outside of the Dandelion variant, the DK Awakening or the Greatsword Awakening for Warrior. I will not purchase anything for less than 155 million. Alright, so here we go again. More weapon pack. So as you see, you know, it's kind of sputtering. I think he's just kind of confused, like, I don't know what to toss this guy because he just keeps throwing energy at me. He's like, maybe I should give him what he wants. And look at this. We have Muskin's shoes a second time. 2 Muskins. This one's more expensive. This is 195 million. So, so we've had 2 boss gears, 1 gold accessory, and a Dandelion Scythe so far. Alright, so moving on. I know, it's just like I'm blowing so much energy. We're down to our last 3 characters. Let us see what we will see. Maybe we'll get lucky, maybe we won't. Either which way, it's kind of an exciting experience, especially when you see that dandelion weapon show up. You see the word, and it's like, oh! And then you read the actual, look at the item, and like, that's not the one I want. Oh, actually, sorry, we had 2 boss weapons. We had the Kunai and the Dandelion Scythe. 255 million's not a bad price for it either. So, alright, my ninja. I hate hate this character. Alright. I think we might have another dry spell, but we'll see. Yep, another dry character. Alright. We are now getting down to the wire. Alright, my last 2 characters. So, yeah, it's a significant, in order to really get your odds of getting something worthwhile, you have to have alts and you have to have energy investment. Black Desert Database is a great resource for filling out your knowledge log to get the 350 energy. I've done this before with 300 and change, but honestly, it just feels better having a round number to do this. So here we go. That's DK. Okay. So far Patrigio has decided that we are not worthy of his time. We are down to our last character. This is actually the character I have all my boss equipment on, because she was the one I was leveling. So it would be nice if something showed up that was something that I could actually use. I'm still looking for a Kzarka short sword, and of course Dim Tree Spirit's armor, but we'll see. Item Roulette, the final chapter. Look, it's Sicli's necklace. We've seen this before, haven't we? And actually, this is cheaper. Should I buy it? No, the money can be better used elsewhere. Blackstone weapon pack. Blackstone armor. I think this is going to be a dud, guys. Almost positive it's a dud. It is a dud. So, as you see, we have gone through a total of 91 attempts at the Night Vendor, with a total of 13 characters, which is the maximum amount of character slot. Well, it's the one of each character, with no actual item win, but you guys got to see, you know, the gambling aspect of it. It is not a reliable way of getting it, but again, it's an option. You don't want, if you're not able to consistently show up for bosses, or if you have issues with drops, or just plain bad luck, and you're not the only person. Oh, which set popped up? Keep talking while I go see if I can nab that. But you know, it's always possible. You know, never discount the fact. I mean, you did see 2 Muskin's boots show up. You did see a Dandelion Scythe. I mean, it was 1 weapon, and that's generally what I tend to get when I do a spread. I usually see at least 1 Kzarka and at least 1 Dandelion, but it's always never been, as I said, it's always almost never been the item that I'm looking for. So, I hope you guys found this somewhat informative. If you want to watch me fail at trying to get this Pearl Shop item, feel free. So the takeaway is, I want to show you the actual equipment that I've garnered so far from it. I've gotten Gaeth's helm, I've gotten Red Nose's armor. I mean, granted, everyone has Red Nose's armor. I've gotten Muskin's shoes, Bheg's gloves, pretty much every Kzarka weapon I've gotten. The only ones I'm missing are the amulet and the short sword. I have everything else, and I actually have a Kzarka box from my first roll on the Lauren event, which I'm holding for Striker next week. But you know, don't give up. If you've had bad luck with the Night Vendor, everybody does. A lot of it is just consistency. Sometimes you get really great luck, sometimes you don't. The best things that you can do, of course, is to have as much as much energy as possible. I really don't recommend storing energy potions to do that, simply because, well, it's kind of a mixed bag, because you got the cooldown on the usage. It's a pain in the butt to go out there. Just pick a location, commit to parking your characters in front of the NPC when you have the energy. And that's the thing too, is that if you're not actively rotating your characters resting in a bed, preferably a Pearl Shop bed with what's that thing called, the value pack active, you are really selling yourself short. Of course, it already sold, not surprising. Yeah, but you know, maximize your, you know, if you're not doing that, then you're significantly increasing the amount of time it takes for you to get everybody to max. But I mean, just to show you here, I mean, the accessories here are crap, because this is just an all, but you know, Gaeth's helm, Red Nose armor, Bheg's gloves, Kzarka staff, Muskin shoes, all of those were gained from the Night Vendor. And you know, I have seen I've seen dandelion weapons. That's actually the first side that I've seen. But I have seen the wizard weapon. I've seen the witch weapon. I have seen the greatsword, which is, I was crying tears when it popped up at like 80,000 above what I had available. Um, I have seen the berserker one. Um, I think that's it. But I want to try. I want to start keeping a video log of these attempts, so so you guys can see in real time exactly the kind of results. So there you have it, folks. 13 characters, 350 energy each, 91 attempts at the Night Vendor. It took us about half the night to go through them. We saw two Sicli's necklace. We saw a Nuver kunai. We saw a Dandelion Scythe. Um, and two Muskin's boots. So all of them reasonably priced, anywhere between 120 and I think about 150% market value. So there is hope out there. You just have to be consistent. So until next week, when we have another go at the roulette, or if I win my pre-order, we'll be picking up some other items. All right. So I hope this was informative. If there's any other videos you guys would like me to do later, I'm going to be transitioning a lot of the channel from the old Final Fantasy XIV stuff to Black Desert Online guides and tutorial tips and stuff like that. So let me know in the comments if there are any other videos I can make for you, or if anyone has any other questions. I'm a pretty big life skiller, but I find trading immensely boring. So you will not be getting any tutorial stuff on me. I'm still actually learning, and I'm wondering if the time and the investment into crate rolling and stuff is going to be worth my time. I can't do it. I can do a lot of things monotonously, but I just can't do that one. All right, well, have a good one, folks, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care.